I don't take, I attract. Let the energy flow like a queen on her throne. I already know I'm the spark, the flame, the fire in their eyes. They reach, they crave, but I am the prize. Intelligent, sharp like the edge of a blade. Every move I make is a power play. Grace in my stride, wisdom in my mind. I've built the kind of life I dreamed I'd find. I've become a woman I look up to, strong and untouchable. It's what I do, radiating power, confidence so high. I'm not just living, I'm learning to fly. Men may desire, but I define me. Unstoppable force, wild and free. I've become the woman I look up to, and I'm loving every shade of truth.
You are no longer required to prove your healing. Welcome back to Becoming Her. I'm your host, Colina Chippy. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm really glad you found your way to this space. And if you've been walking this journey with me, thank you for coming back. I do appreciate you. Now, this podcast is for the woman who is learning herself again. Not who she had to be to survive, but who she is becoming now that she no longer has to just survive. Let's take a deep breath. Let's begin. You are not here to convince anyone of your growth. There was a season when you explained your healing. You explained your boundaries. You explained your choices. You explained your distance. You explained your standards. But your growth is not a debate. Healing does not need permission. Ask yourself, who am I still trying to convince? Who benefits when I over-explain my boundaries? You are allowed to grow quietly. You were taught that healing had to be proven to be real. That's not true. That people didn't understand your change, or if people didn't understand your change, it wasn't valid. That if you didn't explain your boundaries, they were unfair. And that if you didn't justify your growth, it was selfish. But healing is not a courtroom. You are not on trial. Your growth does not require witnesses. You are allowed to heal privately, quietly, and without permission. Healing changes your language. You speak differently now. You pause before you respond. You choose clarity over chaos. You choose peace over reaction. You need to ask, do I feel pressure to prove my worth? Or do I feel peace in who I am becoming? Your language is changing because your nervous system is healing. You no longer speak from fear. You no longer speak from urgency. You no longer speak from survival. You speak from clarity, from groundedness, from self-trust. And peace changes the way you sound. Your healing is not a performance. You're not here to display your peace. You're not here to prove your growth. Your healing is for your nervous system, not an audience. Sometimes we have to ask, do I feel watched in my growth, or do I feel rooted? Healing is not content. It is not a show. It is not proof. It is regulation. It is safety. It is internal stability. You are healing to feel safe in your body, not to convince anyone of your worth. You are no longer over explaining your boundaries. Boundaries are not new. Your belief in them is new. You no longer bargain your peace. Ask yourself, where am I still over explaining where there needs to be no explanation? Your no needs no explaining. You no longer justify your standards. You no longer soften your truth, because boundaries are not new. Your belief in them is. And belief creates clarity. Your calm does not need validation. Peace does not need applause. Healing does not need permission. We must ask, do I trust my clarity, even if no one understood or understands it? You are no longer seeking permission to rest. You are no longer waiting for validation to feel worthy. Your calm is enough. Your clarity is enough. Your alignment is enough. You're learning to stand in self-authority. Self-authority is quiet. It feels grounded. It feels steady. It feels safe. Answer me this. What would it feel like to trust yourself fully? Self-authority feels like pausing instead of reacting, choosing yourself without guilt, trusting your intuition, no longer outsourcing your worth. This is what sovereignty feels like. You no longer need to be understood to be aligned. Alignment does not require agreement. Truth does not require approval. Ask yourself, am I waiting for permission to be myself? You do not need agreement to be aligned. You do not need understanding to be rooted. Your truth stands even when misunderstood. Your becoming is private and powerful. You are allowed to heal without announcement. You are allowed to grow quietly. Private healing is powerful healing. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to grow quietly. You are allowed to become without witnesses. You're becoming your own safe place. You are learning to feel safe inside yourself. You are becoming your own home. Your nervous system is learning safety. Your spirit is learning rest. Your body is learning peace. This is sovereignty. Now, before you go, please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe if this message spoke to you. It helps more women find this podcast and join us in this becoming journey. Also, before I close, I would like to share something that is close to my heart. If the season of becoming, healing, patience, and realignment speaks to you, I've written 3 books to walk with you. Becoming Her, a journey back to myself, for the woman returning to her truth, healing, and inner alignment. 1 Coco full basket, the power of patience, consistency, and small steps, for the woman building slowly but faithfully. And The Making of a King, lessons every boy should learn from his mother, rooted in wisdom, legacy, and nurturing strength. The links are in the description. Please check them out. Your support means a lot to me. Now, in closing, remember this. You're not behind. You're not wrong. You are becoming. And you no longer need approval. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Remember, we upload episodes every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Blessings, love, and light. What good?
Every scar, every tear carved me into gold. Turn my fears into stories untold. I exude power like the stars at night, a beacon of strength and unstoppable light. I don't bend for love, I stand tall in my glow. The respect I demand is the respect they show. I'm risen above what I once left behind, becoming the hero I hoped I'd find. I've become the woman I look up to, strong and untouchable. It's what I do, radiating power, confidence so high. I'm not just living, I'm learning to fly. Men may desire, but I define me. Unstoppable force, wild and free. I've become the woman I look up to, and I'm loving every shade of truth. Every step I take, it's on my own terms. A fire inside me that forever burns. I'm the muse, the legend, the one they admire. But my biggest fan is the woman in the mirror. I've become the woman I look up to, strong and untouchable. It's what I do, radiating power, confidence so high. I'm not just living, I'm learning to fly. Men may desire, but I define me. Unstoppable force, wild and free. I've become the woman I look up to, and I'm loving every shade of truth. I don't chase, I attract, I hold my own. A masterpiece crafted